Hello and welcome to taik18. I'm Mohammed Adnan, and it's been a very long gap since I last published my video, and it took me a while in order to understand the current market situation. So that's why I have taken a gap and I realized what is happening in and around the world so that I can give you the right perspective on this part. Some of you are already aware of what I'm talking about, and some of you may not. So if you are a beginner in your career, or if you are into middle of your career, or if you are switching your career into IT sector, or if you are an experienced person, or if you are a fresher, this video is for everyone because the world is changing and we have to so in order to scale up our journey. Most importantly, this thing comes in everyone's mind. Do you want to be a specialist or a generalist? What is your career right path? So we will understand about this in this video. So basically, if you look into your career, you have a two different direction. One is it horizontal, another is on the vertical level. So what does it mean is basically, if you focus on one or two different tools, which is for example, Power BI or SQL, then you can starting your career right now. So it will take for a while in order for you to growth on this part. And then this tool is expert only. So it is good in delivery in terms of the customers orders, what you have to do, deliver the project task and all those stuff. Now, if you scale up on this part, let's say for example, if you are growing up on this particular tool itself and you are doing since like 3 to 5 years, then it will be called as an expert on this particular part. This is what we are talking about as a specialist. Right, so you can be a subject matter expert on these particular tools and technology, or it can be possible for you to have a lead role for this particular tool. So this is a good option if you really like this tool and you want to move your career on this part. So that's you will also can chances of getting a high package on this particular tool because the tool is booming up in the market. But the downside is if the tool is not performing well, in that case, your job may be in hardship. So chances are that you can lose your job and you need to look for other opportunities. So this is the pros and cons of being an specialist part. Now, when it comes to generalist, so there are other options here as a kind of horizontal thing. So not only of Microsoft thing, if you're learning something from Google, something from AWS, Snowflake, Databricks, all those things. I'm specifically talking about this here on the data and analytics side, but this actually applies to all the other industries, all the other areas as well. So look this as an assumption and then you can apply it on your actual career journey. So if you are a kind of generalist kind of approach, then you have a different knowledge on different tools, but not at an expert level. So this I used to call this as confused explorer. That you know many tools, this kind of jack of all, but it is not an expert in any one tools. So this can be good in terms of your work experience. If the client needs this kind of requirements, I'm going to have smaller stuff. So this can be a good approach. So this can also give you a broader picture, but it will not give you kind of expert level options. So you cannot gear up on your career in this area if you go in this direction. So now let's come to the last part. And furthermore, so before going into that, if you want to become an expert, you need at least 3 to 5 years of experience in one single tool. Whereas if you're exploring different tools in different areas kind of thing, then at least you may need like 5 to 7 years to go to that level, because one tool you experience for 1 day or 1 year or 2 year, another tool for 6 months, another tool for 3 years kind of thing. So you will have a different broader knowledge, but you are not going to be an expert on any of those tools. So for this also it will took around like 5 to 7 years. So becoming an expert and generalist will not actually be a day and night kind of approach. If you sleep today and then you become a richer tomorrow kind of thing, it will not going to happen. It's not a kind of lottery here. So you need to consistently learn things, adopt new technologies, then only you can able to gear up in your career. Now the last part here is basically strategic generalist. This is what I used to call here. So here you are also aware of different tools. You will have a broader knowledge, but one or different tools you will have an expert knowledge. So this is also called as a T-shape kind of thing. So it's basically stand out your experience. So you have a different knowledge about, let's say for example, you are an expert in Power BI as a BI tool, but you also have a basic knowledge, some understanding knowledge about the Fabric, Google, AWS, Databricks kind of thing. So in that case, if you want to be a part of the data engineering practice, in that case, it will have a good advantage for you because you are an MBA guy and you know about how to use the different tools here. The reason is because why I preferred on this approach is basically every client in this world is basically not only aligned with Microsoft, not only aligned with AWS or Snowflake kind of thing. Every these hyperscalers, I can say, Fabric, I mean Microsoft, Azure, AWS, Snowflake kind of thing, they actually are doing a really great job in order to simplify people's lives. So the sales team actually pitching to the client and they are actually agreeing to some part of it. So every tool doesn't provide all built-in tool in and out kind of thing, one-to-one kind of solution like how Microsoft Fabric does, one single ecosystem for that. But they provide some kind of solution. If you take an example of Databricks and Snowflake, they are more focused on the data part. So they don't more focus on the orchestration, ETL, I mean the orchestration part and also the reporting part. They don't have those kind of tools. For that, they need to adopt for a different tools or third-party tools for that. So the client is actually using up here like AWS or Snowflake or Databricks. In that case, you need to learn a different tool apart from this in order for you to integrate with this entire ecosystem. So here comes this part as a kind of generalist option here. So you can be an expert in Snowflake, you can be an expert in Databricks, but knowing a different other tool like ETL, Matillion, Airflow, DBT kind of thing, it will give you a good advantage for that. But this journey is not an easy thing. This will take around like 15 to 20 years for you to complete this entire thing here. Now you may think about 5 to 7 years for generalist, the confused explorer, and why it is 15 to 20 years. That's what the expertise comes in picture. So if you're getting up different tools and getting a broader knowledge, so it will actually take a lot of time for you to reach to a certain position here. So you need to be aware of building a consistent learning all these areas. So there is a proverb which my father generally used to say, which is in Tamil basically. It goes as Katrathu Kaiman Alavu and Kalladadu Ulagalavu. So if I want to translate this into English, it says what one knows is only a handful, and whereas the unknown is the size of the world. It's absolutely true. We just know only a little bit part of what is there in the technology, but there is a lot of things which we don't know about this thing. So this is the main for you that you keep on learning things so you can get up in your career. And now with this video, hope you understand about what is going to happen in future in our channel. So I request you to subscribe to my channel in order to join my journey. I talked a little bit about what I'm going to do in this video. If you clearly observe that, then you will get to know the direction where I want to go. I believe you will give me support in this journey as well. And this is basically is going to be really helpful if you are specifically part of a data engineering and analytics side of your career. So going forward, being just an BI person is not going to help you in your career. You need to know something about this data engineering as well. So looking forward for you all support in my journey. Thanks again. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel and then share this video with others so that they can also aware what is going to happen in career as well as in my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.